So this is the kit that I bought in order to replace this. This is the spark plug wire from my cylinder number 7 on Small Block 350. There's nothing wrong with this wire except because it's so long it rubs on the steering column, and there's really no good way to tie it or anything over there, because no matter what you do, it'll either be too close to a header or you will just spring back and touch the steering column. So I figured before I end up with a broken wire, I'd just buy the proper angle and go from there. Everything that you need is in here. I don't have a specialized crimper for this, but it does come with the 2 dies that are necessary for crimping. The odd part is, if you look in the instructions, there's no reference of the existence of these 2 dies, but the shape is pretty self-explanatory, so I should be able to get all this straightened out. So I'm going to take you on this ride with me and see where we end up. So the kit comes with 56 inches of wire. I only need about 27 inches, so I made a mark right here. So the first thing we need to do is cut it. The next step is to strip the insulation, and we need to have 5/8 removed. So that would be right here. So this is where it is. Now I'm going to cut it, and just to make sure that I don't cut any of the conductor, I'm going to rotate it and just slowly cut in. And this is what we're looking at. So the next step is bending this and then taking the fitting and then putting it right here. Now you'll need to take the dies and crimp. This is basically what you're looking for. Now sometimes you have to tighten this because it's a little loose, so it's going to be a pain with the dies if you don't have a crimper. But if I was to take this right here, take my pliers and just tighten it just a little bit, just so this wire doesn't run all over the place. This should be good enough. Now there's 2 dies. One of them is round and the other one sort of like an M. Here's a little protrusion, a little tooth in the middle. Now the round part is the one that goes around the piece of metal, and the one with the protrusion goes where the actual wire is. So it's kind of counterintuitive because you'd expect the protrusion to actually press on the metal, but that's not the case, because this will just hold it, and this will allow the 2 sides to actually crimp onto themselves and get really close to the flat part here. So the round part, the wire goes into the round side, and then this other side goes right here. It's basically like this. You can probably hold it by hand, allow this to go, get it to pretty close to where it's supposed to be. And now in this case this went sideways, so I'm going to twist it. Okay, so this is basically what you are looking for. And as you press this, the 2 metal prongs on the outside will curve in and crimp the wire until you get right here. The dies are basically connected to each other. So if we take this apart, what we're looking at is this. So this is what the crimp really looks like. And this is, for example, this is a factory one from the same manufacturer. Obviously theirs is a little tighter, but I'm sure they're using some kind of hydraulic, automatic robot system, so this one came out pretty well. I guess you could probably use pliers and tighten it a little bit, but there's no motion in it, and you know, the whole idea is for the wire to make contact. And this is as tight as you can get. Now, like I said, you can put the boot before, and I think the instructions say put the boot before, do this, and then pull it back. But in this case, you know, I think this will actually work easier to do it this way. So I'm going to get some of this grease and grease it up. Make it a lot easier for it to go in there. So put a little bit on the boot. And then easy peasy lemon squeezy. So this is it. This is the new one. We're good.